Welcome back to Just Scribble for a really quick video sharing a new product from Sterling Ink. A while back, Sterling Ink started offering ring-bound inserts made out of Tomoe River paper. The original launch was for blank pages so that you could print your own inserts. And they came pre-punched in gilded or non-gilded edges depending on what you wanted, and they offered them in 3 sizes: pocket, personal, and A5. They have since added the A6 ring size to that lineup, and they also started offering lined and grid inserts. So I snagged a couple of packs of inserts from the new launch, or the new sizes and styles. And rather than just open up my package and check it out myself, I thought I would hop on and do it with you guys real quick. So this is my order. It's not very big. I didn't need that much. I'd recently done an unboxing of ring inserts that I bought from Paper Penguin from their Black Friday sale, and I love Paper Penguin's inserts. So I bought a whole bunch of A6 ring inserts and then a couple of A5 size ring inserts, but mostly A6 because I was taking advantage of their sale and some of the specialty papers that they offer. And I recently unboxed those, so I'll put a link in the cards up above to that. But around the same time that my order for Paper Penguin arrived, Sterling Ink launched A6 in their inserts, and I decided that I would just buy 1 pack of each in A6 and then a pack of A5 so that I could have a little more variety in my ring planner stash. So this is my freebie. So it's their little business card that you can also use as pocket decor. It's always really soft. It feels so good. It has a little bit of a Mediterranean vibe to it. And then a little sticker sheet that coordinates with it. And then this is my small order. So we'll start with the A5 first. So in the A5 size, I bought 1 pack of the A5 lined inserts. So you can see that they're lined, but they're made out of teeny tiny, hopefully you can see, made out of teeny tiny little dots. There's a little bit of a darker line up here, and then hopefully it's picking up. There's some little cross hatching at the top, and then also at the bottom so that you can divide your page. And then it has the little dot at the top and the dot at the bottom to divide your page in half vertically, similar to her planners. And then on the left hand side, there's a dot there and a dot there, and then there and there, so that you can easily divide this page in half vertically or into thirds, into sixths, whatever it is that you want. And then the cross hatching will allow you to further divide it or to draw a straight line to make columns and things like that. So this is A5 size paper. It is Tomoe River paper. This pack I bought without the gilded edges. I bought this because I use A5 ring size paper in my reference binder for work, but more so I bought it for my goals planner. So this, I guess this isn't really a planner, it's the, I guess, reference binder for my goals. But this is my goals reference binder, and I'm in the process of setting it up. I was supposed to set it up in 2023 and the year got away from me. So for 2024, goals is a big focus. Setting goals and keeping track of my goals and all of that is a really big focus for me for 2024. So I bought this paper primarily to use in this A5 binder. This is a woozy binder. It's similar to Plotter. It's a little bit less expensive. It's still not cheap, but it's a little bit less expensive, and I adore this binder. It has 15mm rings on it, so they're really small. Using Tomoe River paper or something similar in here is important to me because it allows me to not bulk this up too much because the rings are really, really small. But the paper will just go in on the rings like that. And it's perfect. So that's what I bought the A5 for. I did also buy A5 from Paper Penguin. Let me grab that just so I can show you a comparison. All right, so this is the paper in A5 size, the lined paper that I bought from Paper Penguin. This is actually not Tomoe River paper. I bought Cosmo Air paper in the A5 size from Paper Penguin. But I just wanted to show you a little comparison. The Sterling Ink listing says that this is a 5mm lined. I actually thought that that's what Paper Penguins said was 5mm, but I'm not 100% sure because they are most obviously not the same. So maybe this was a 7mm. Their shop is closed right now, so I can't check, but if I can find it, I'll put it down here. Otherwise, when their shop reopens, I'll put it in a pinned comment just so that you know what the millimeter of the Paper Penguin is. Paper Penguin is just lined paper. There's no dots, there's no little cross marks to divide your page. It's just lined paper, kind of like notebook paper that you would have in school. whereas the Sterling ink has the border and then the dividing lines and the dots and all of the things. So it's a little bit classier. So if you're a person that likes to journal in rings, this would be really nice for journaling. It's very, very nice. I probably didn't need this fancy paper for my goal binder or for my work reference binder, but I just bought one pack because I wanted to check it out. And I always like having pre-printed, pre-punched. I can print lined paper and grid paper and all of that, but sometimes it's nice to just be able to grab stuff that's pre-made. So it's already printed, punched, the corners have been rounded, the paper penguin, printed, punched, the corners are not rounded. So that's the A5 that I bought from Sterling Ink, and I'll put the excess in my storage, and then when I need pages, I'll just grab it out and add it to my binders. And then I bought 2 packs of the A6 size because I'm really enjoying and loving my A6 rings. And I figured it never hurts to have extra paper for lists and notes and all the things. So I ordered 1 set in the grid in the A6. And then I ordered 1 set in the lined. For the A6, I actually ordered the gilded edges. I don't remember making a conscious decision to do that, so I may have accidentally clicked the wrong thing because I really don't care if this has gilded edges, but it will actually look really pretty in my VDS Alison, so I'm not mad at it. But these inserts do have gilded edges, which for my purpose for the A6 is really unnecessary. But again, if you journal in rings and you actually archive your rings, this would be beautiful to put into your ring planner, to journal in it, to memory keep in it, and then to have it sitting on your shelf with the beautiful gilded edging. So I got the lined, which is identical to the A5 size. It's just A6 size, so literally half the size. So A6 is half the size of an A5, so you can put 2 A6s here together, and that makes an A5. So it's exactly the same as the A5 that I showed you. It has the little cross hatching. It doesn't have a vertical dot like the A5 because it is smaller, and it doesn't have the 2 dots to divide in thirds. Instead, it has 1 dot on each side to divide in half. So in the A5, you can divide it vertically and then you can divide it into thirds. In this one, you can divide it across in half. And of course, you can use these lines or a ruler to divide it further, but there's no markings already built in for that. So that is the Sterling Ink lined, and then this is the paper penguin lined. These are both Sanzen Tomoe River paper. So these are identical paper, and I realized that I could just measure the lines. I don't have a good ruler, I'm using a pencil board. But, well, I have a ruler, I just don't have one handy. But that looks like 5mm there. And then if I hold the paper penguin up, it looks to be 7. So I think this is 7mm. This wasn't the best way to measure it, but close enough. So that is the lined from Sterling Ink. And then I got her grid as well, also with the gilded edges, also pre-punched. I should mention that Paper Penguin will punch your pages for you. I just chose to have everything unpunched in the A6 size. A lot of what I bought from her was blank so that I could print on it, and a lot of times my printer just likes unpunched A6 size because it's such a tiny page to print on. And so I decided just to get it all unpunched, and then I could punch it myself whenever I needed it. Whereas for Sterling Ink, you didn't have an option for unpunched, it came pre-punched. But we have the grid. It's the same grid as in her common planner. So it's 3.7 by 3.9mm. Has the dot here to show you where the halfway mark is, but there's no dot on this side, no dots vertically, and it has this border. The paper penguin that I bought, this is probably what I was thinking. Pretty sure this is 5mm grid. Probably why I had 5 stuck in my head. Yeah, so the paper penguin is a 5mm grid, but I do know that in the past Dominique has been able to do different millimeter sizes if you wanted or needed different millimeter sizes. I actually like 5mm, so this was actually perfect for me. I can use this as well, but this is more of a happy place for me for writing, especially for just lists and notes and things like that, especially on the go. This is a little bit of a better size for me, but this is a comparison of the 2 grids. So once again, Dominique's is just a grid all the way around, no border, and then the Sterling Ink one is a little bit fancier. So I would probably use this grid and this lined in my reference and collection type sections of my A6 rings, whereas the paper that I got from Dominique is more for like the lists and notes and things that I don't archive or won't keep long term, that once I use them and I'm done with them, I just toss them. And of course, you don't have to buy Tomoe River paper or Cosmo Air paper to use in your ring planners. I personally prefer them for the writing experience. It brings me joy to use these papers. I enjoy writing on them, but the other reason is that they are so much thinner because I don't like a chunky planner, and so I can maximize what I can put in my planners if I'm using thinner inserts. And then some of my binders, my plotters and my woozies, they have really small rings, 10 millimeter in most of the ones that I own. And so you can't chunk them up. And if you put thicker paper in them, you can't really fit very much in it. But if you're using thinner paper like Tomoe River paper or Cosmo Air paper or bank paper or even Stalogy, you can fit more on the rings and comfortably use your planner. So I like the thinner paper because I can maximize the space in my planner and it doesn't get too chunky. So I am going to stick these, because they're already punched, in my Cat Espresso Co. cover. I shared this in a video recently. I'm using this, I bought this to use for storage. So I just popped all the inserts out, or all the dividers out. So for extra dividers that I have and extra inserts that I have that are already printed. So when I print like my Annie plans or other printables that I use, if I pre-print them, I can go ahead and put them in here and I can store them. And that way they're protected and they won't get messed up. It is a new cover though, and it's jelly, so it's not super flexible. So it doesn't want to lay flat yet, but it will get there. But it's really, its intention, its whole purpose is for storage. So I'll be able to keep these in here, and then whenever I need them for my A6 ring planner, I can just grab out what I need and it will be safe on my shelf, and the edges of my pages won't get messed up, they won't get bent, and I won't lose them. So I will be punching the paper penguin, the pre-printed ones, the grid and the lined, and adding those to this as well. But right now I just added the sterling ink. But that is my little unboxing from Sterling Ink. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Like I said, I was going to open up my package and I figured might as well open it up with you guys so you guys can see what I got. I didn't know if any of you were aware that she had added A6 rings to her loose leaf options, or that she had added grid and lined options. So if you are a ring planner and you use Pocket Personal A6 or A5, you can snag Tomoe River paper, blank and lined and grid inserts from Sterling Ink. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down below and I will definitely get back with you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this share from Sterling Ink. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos, and don't forget to just scribble.